And of course, this is a topic of importance in all of our schools. These are just a few of the great things that have happened in the past few years. We are blessed with a great team in our school district, and I'm proud to be a part of that team. Much has been accomplished with much more to come. Thank you.
Now for his 3-minute opening remarks, Paul Scarmack.
I believe I'll dispense with the thanks for now to avoid a wrestling match. But I will say thank you for sticking around and listening to what you'll hear from the worthy candidates for school board. And not being an incumbent, please allow me to speak in generalities. My name is Paul Scarmack, and I'm running for the Logan-Hocking School Board. My wife, Teresa, and I are both educators, and we have belonged to this community since 1999, so we're relative newcomers. She has been a dedicated and admired kindergarten teacher here in the district going on 15 years now. Let me turn and mention my academic qualifications and professional credentials for your consideration. I'm a high school intervention specialist at an online school going on 7 years now. I am also a student. Currently, I'm working on the graduate, I'm taking graduate coursework in a reading instruction program that will lead to a reading endorsement and onto a master's reading degree. I currently hold a master's in education with a major in special education and concentration in curriculum and instruction. And I have a bachelor's degree from Ohio University School of Journalism, which at the time I attended was one of the most prestigious in the nation. Further, aside from education, I have a diverse background in government, law, communications, and business. As a result, I bring an informed, knowledgeable, collaborative, and innovative voice to the school board. While board members don't need to be an educated professional or an educational professional, my first-hand knowledge of what it's really like in classroom and how school systems can operate makes me uniquely qualified to take on matters such as strategic planning, budgetary decisions, and policy making within the framework of knowing their real impact on student life. I have a high regard and a lot of respect for teachers for their dedication and commitment. Teachers are experts in education. We ought to value their insight and listen to their counsel and advice when shaping policy. Shouldn't we turn to the ones who know the best practices in making public education to inform our decision making? While teachers give their students the tools and guidance to excel, it is the effort of the students with support of their families who make this school district excellent year after year. Even though they are put to the test often enough, they manage as a student body at all levels to achieve excellent results. And I hope to continue that tradition and work with this group of worthy board members. Thank you.
We will move now to the questioning time from the panelists. And since the student representative for the school board is one of your panelists, Mr. Noah Johnson, I'm going to ask him to ask the first question. I'll go a little bit out of order and to put him on the spot.
This question is for Mr. Penrod. Due to careful fiscal management, the Logan-Hocking School District has avoided asking the voters to pass a levy for many years. However, funds continue to decrease. Is there anything left to cut from the district's budget? How do you believe that this budget shortfall can be reduced?
Thank you, Noah. The board has always been looking for ways to cut funding in terms of administration, the treasurer, has been very active in looking for resources to allow us to remain solvent as we have the last 32 years in terms of not going back to the taxpayers for operational levy. So what can we do? Well, one thing is we are vigorously from Appalachia arguing with our General Assembly and lawmakers to give us our fair share of funds. An ongoing battle for the last, in the present biennium, the next 2 years, we, the Logan-Hocking district, have received zero funds, nearly zero funding. Wow, our more high wealth districts throughout the state are receiving as much as $2 million in surplus money that is certainly not coming to us. Our funding is based somewhat on enrollment, and the state gives us a certain percentage of dollars for students who attend our district. We have gained, as of this beginning school year, 133 new students. So our growth rate at 1.3% or 2% may mean not much significance, but I believe it's a great step forward because this community is growing. As it was pointed out earlier today in terms of council, we know that we are on the forefront, breakthrough, and that's why we have all new schools. But we are operating them efficiency, and we are saving about $800,000 in energy. We continue to look at the future as I am about to close. And with your question, Noah.
I'm going to ask Mr. Penrod this question because you're already on a roll up there. Will the new schools that were built a few years ago accommodate future growth, and if not, are there any plans for expansion?
Well, that's a great question. Love it. And when we planned the schools, this was accomplished over a 10-year period, basically, from the beginning of Chieftain and our elementary schools to just the recent completion of the high school in Central. So in the Grand Master Plan, you have to argue with the state of Ohio and the Facilities Commission at the time about space. For example, they felt that Central didn't really need to house 500 students, or Hocking Hills didn't need to have 300 students or whatever. So we made the argument that we indeed needed the space, and we needed 5 schools, not 11 schools. So out of that, planning with architects and a lot of nightly discussions, we planned ahead. So we can build on, we can build on, and we have plans in place when that need comes. That may be accomplished. So foresight was at work. Does that give you an adequate answer?
Mr. Penrod, this
Yes,
question is
ma'am.
also for you.
Absolutely.
You mentioned that there, as we all know, there have been state funding cuts to the school district, but yet the district faces it has to cut $600,000 somehow. Now you mentioned that you don't think that art, music, or physical education should be cut, but can you be specific and say where you believe that these cuts should be made?
Gretchen, right now this current board is not planning on making any cuts. We have over, I think about 6.9 million in reserves. And those reserves we protect very dearly. So we are not at the cusp of an imminent crisis. Whereas every other probably school district, most school districts in Ohio are. We've been fortunate. We're conservative, Appalachian people who watch our money real close. And we watch it. And we will not sacrifice until the state demands that we turn over the money, and we don't believe that that's quite legal, and that's not going to happen. So the point is, the $600,000 is certainly something that we don't enjoy, but that's why we continue to fight with the General Assembly. That's why we continue to look at ways we can cut costs, where it be with anything that's not in the classroom. And that means it could be looking at biodiesel fuel, smarter ways to propel our buses, because we got a lot of territory, about 3 trips or more back to Disney World every day. So we've got a lot of ways that we've been looking at efficiency. We've saved $800,000 in the last year, I believe, in terms of energy. So tonight, or if you're at a board meeting like Monday, or at any meeting, you may see the lights go out from time to time, because it's on an energy conservation mechanism. So, $600,000 seems like a lot of money, and it barely is, but we're a fairly big employer, and we're a fairly stubborn group of people who are going to make sure that we are not going to be in a deficit situation. We will not burden the taxpayers with this $600,000.
This question is for Paul. You get the break. Please describe how, as a member of the school board, you can influence the academic performance of the Logan-Hocking schools.
One thing you want to be sure of is that you have the correct resources available as far as text and multimedia, multimodal forms of instruction. Make sure that your teachers are experiencing good morale. I don't think I rely so much on testing. That problem is kids are tested enough. School should be a pleasurable experience rather than something that stresses them out on a continuum. So I always try to restore some, you're not called to be an entertainer when you're an educator, but it helps. So trying to make learning as fun as possible and exploring ways to do that.
Thank you.
This question is also